different, I honestly didn't really care for it that much. Initially, that is. Well, there's the intro moment right there. But what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Pokemon Ultra Sun Extreme Randomizer Nuzlocke. In the previous episode, what did we do? It's been a couple days since I recorded previously. What did we do? We went to the Aether Foundation. We saw the Ultra Beast, which wasn't actually like scary at all. So I feel like the camera is not... There we go. Oh. There we go, that's better. So we saw the Ultra Beast, which turned out to not be an Ultra Beast, or not be a scary Ultra Beast, that is, anyways. Then we made our way here to the third island. I can't remember what it is. I want to say Pony Island sounds like the last one. Whatever this island is, I can't think of it off the top of my head. Either way, we're on Island 3. We're in the Mally Garden right now. We got our encounter here, and we had our rival battle where we did, in fact, lose Amon in the previous episode. Let's do a team recap, though, because I need a team recap for myself. We got Steiner, our Conkeldurr, our Fire and Ground Conkeldurr at level 40 with the Focus Band. Because it has a quad weakness to water, we really don't want to deal with the consequences of not being prepared. I know it's not a focus sash, so it's not guaranteed to pop, but it's better to try and cover our ass as best as we can, because Conkeldurr is pretty good. It's got Land's Wrath, Zing Zap, Waterfall, Fusion Bolt, Water Availability, which doesn't really help it at all. I think I have an ability capsule, but I don't know if he can actually use it or not. We got Mega Ultra, our Ultra Necrozma, the Fairy type here at level 41, with Fake Out, Moonblast, Precipice Blades, Waterfall, Overcoat, Assault Vest. We got Pudge, our Poison type Slurpuff. Say that very, very fast. Level 40, Sludge Bomb, Diamond Storm, Waterfall, Night Slash, Liquid Voice ability. Then we got Jade, our starter, the Electric Dragon Excadrill, level 41 with Waterfall, Thunder Wave, Dragon Claw, Thunder Punch, Electric Surge ability. We got Elegance, our Brionne at level 20. I believe it says level 28 down there. I can't really tell. The number's really small. It's either 28 or 29. With Conversion 2, Quiver Dance, Technoblast, Bubble with the Refrigerate ability. Then last but not least, the newest member to our squad, we added our second Fracture, Osed the Second. Level 24, Adamant Nature, as you can see, Bug Fairy type, Fell Stinger, Flash Cannon, Sticky Web, Aurora Beam is the moveset. We don't know off the top of our head. We probably do know what Haxorus is, because we did fight a Haxorus in a recent video. I don't remember exactly. But I believe, if my timeline is correct, which right now it could be a coin flip for all I know, but if I'm correct here, the week that this set of videos is going up on, so this should be going up Monday, I think like November 14th, if that is a Monday. Now I'm self-conscious, I gotta check. Let's see. Yes, Monday, November 14th. This means that Scarlet and Violet are dropping on Friday. And I'm looking super forward to that because I think it's got a not a I don't think it has a ludicrously high bar to get over in terms of being better than the last couple of releases we've gotten. Um, and I hate saying that because I'm gonna play the games regardless, but I know when something isn't great. And I was thinking about it earlier. Ooh, power lens. I was thinking about it earlier, but I feel like ever since I could remember playing Pokemon games. Oh, Volby. I like Volby a lot. Like, people have had a problem with, like, every release since, like, generation, like, probably, like, 5, to be honest. Because Gen 5 was just such a radical change, I feel like, for the franchise. They added the most Pokemon in the Pokédex in Generation 5. Yes, even more than Generation 1, by I think a handful. I think there's like 5 or 6 more Mons. Which caught me off guard. I thought Gen 1 was closer than that. But I thought Generation 5 was different for the time. At least Black and White 1. And it honestly still feels that way with me because it just feels like a radical change because I really grew into playing Pokemon. What would have been around Generation 4. So going from something that I was that comfortable with to Generation 5, which was a little bit different, I honestly didn't really care for it that much. Initially, that is. Well, there's the intro moment right there. But as you can tell, I'm at home as well. I'll continue my Pokemon story here in a second, but I'm at home right now because this video is being recorded like 3-ish weeks in advance. It's because I want to keep recording the series, and it just took me a while to get the videos done and edited. But I'm at home. Holy shit! I'm at home right now because it's technically the weekend of my fall break for school. This will actually be like my last fall break. But my parents are out at my cousin's wedding, which I didn't go to because I thought I would have had obligations with cross country. Turns out I really didn't. But I was kind of already committed to doing this, so I said I would catch the cats. And yeah, so far I've spent about a day with them, which I miss them. I miss not living with pets because I've grown up with pets my entire life, and not really having them around, it's weird. Like, they're here, obviously, but like when I'm not surrounded by them, it just feels hella odd. Because even if I'm not like giving every ounce of my attention to, them, the fact that they're just there and they're like, hey, hi, hello, friend. Like, the fact that they just do that give me their love and affection. Just, it makes it feel nice, you know? Alright, who's more threatening here? Who do I think is not gonna die? I'm gonna say the Meowth's not gonna die. But going back to my Gen 5... going back to my Gen 5 thing, I thought Black and White 1 was such a radical change that it just felt really weird because they were specifically saying, hey, you are going to use only Generation 5 Pokemon through the beginning of the game. I'm not going to take this right now because Sludge Bomb I think is better for us. So I think that's why a lot of people kind of didn't like Generation 5, myself included initially. But I think Generation 5 now is really, really good. And I really, and I say this as like 100%, like this is a valid statement in my opinion. Valid statement in my opinion. No, this is my opinion. I think Black 2 and White 2, I can't stop stumbling over my words. Black 2 and White 2 were one of the best releases ever. I don't think I was ever more excited for it. Sammy's going crazy. I think I was super excited for it. And I don't think any release has got me as excited as Oras would have been the closest. Because Generation 3 was my Gen 1. So we sit there, and when the Gen 3 remakes were announced, and then when they dropped, like at 14 years old, I felt nostalgia from a Pokemon game. Hey, big man, I'm gonna ask you a favor. I need you to not go underneath the desk. I told Delilah that all the time. I don't. Oh, he wants to play. I think after this recording session, I'm gonna go ahead and play with him a little bit. Right now, he's running around. You little psycho. Except he's not a little psycho. He's a big boy. He's a big man. But yeah, I think like all the releases up to starting with Gen 5 have been iffy in their own ways. Because I remember with Black 2 and White 2, I essentially watched the entirety of that game in Japanese because I was so intrigued by it because of all the different things. And the fact that it was Unova region, but they added other mons that weren't in the Unova region this time around. It, dare I say, it made it better. It made it a better game. And it made me play that game so many times. And I probably told the story on the channel before, but there was an app where you could create Pokemon. It was basically like PokeGen, but you could do it on your phone, and you would create it, and then you would go into the GTS and go in there, and then you'd pick it up, and it would be what you genned in, basically. And I remember that's how I basically fell in love with a bunch of different mons, like Gallade especially, because that's when I was starting to learn a lot more about like move pulls and stuff like that. So Gallade was a mon that I really, really grew to like because I figured out that he had such a versatile moveset. Like it was crazy to me. And I remember I would basically gen in a team all starting around like level 20 with all holding lucky eggs and all that, just because I wanted to level them up as quickly as possible. But I would say Black 2 was a game that got me... Oh, it doesn't start yet. When does it start? Maybe I'm just crazy. But it basically got the gears running to start getting me into competitive, because X and Y, Gen 6 competitive, I think was top tier. I don't think there was a competitive like that. I don't know if there's a, maybe Gen 5, but Gen 5 competitive, I never actually played. I never played it because of how the Wi-Fi system kind of was on the DS. But I think the funny thing was for me is I remember like my first day playing Black and White, I went into there and I battled someone online, and they had a team of like level 50s already. I was like, oh, that's cool. You know, I'm not winning this fight, but the fact that I went in there and battled someone like that, it was really, really cool. And I really got upset once they like shut off the DS servers for it. And honestly, I kind of feel that same way with the 3DS servers that they're going to shut down, I think they said in March. Like, how are you going to transfer Pokemon over now? From the older games, that is. Like, are they gonna find a new way to do that, or do they just not care? And you know, now that I have that in mind, there's things I want to make sure I transfer over before it's too late. What is going on in here? I didn't know about this battle. Or I don't remember this battle anyways. My cargo fast. But yeah, moving on from like generation 5 and the 6, X and Y was like a real coming out party for me, because I really liked X and Y when it came to wonder trading. That was like such a cool thing, and it added a new lock type to the games, which I know there was a like debate for something saying like Nuzlocks are not how the games are supposed to be played. And when I sit down and like think about that, like you pay the $60 to play this game. So I'm not saying that they can't have their opinions on it, but at the end of the day, if I pay the $60 to play your game, I should be able to play the game how I want to play it. Now, I understand if with randomizers, they're like, oh, we don't want you to do that. But also, the way I see it is, if you see people are doing this, why don't you leap onto it? Because if you put a randomizer feature, but make it like, oh, you can't trade mons, you can't do this, you can't do that, I don't think like people will complain, of course. They'll always complain. Oh, I didn't want to go to the library right away. I was trying to go somewhere else. Go in here. Yes. And I gotta remember. I don't remember which trainers actually battle you in here. I don't think the guy with the Oranguru or these two people in the suits. I think it's everybody else battles you. Oh, never mind. He doesn't battle you. She does, though. But, yeah, I thought Gen 6 was a real coming out party for me. Like, competitive was super duper fun and whatnot. And then when these games dropped, I kind of felt the same way I did with, like, Black and White, where I was so comfortable in the Gen 6 engine, where playing Gen 7 just felt kind of odd. There was also the factor that I thought Megas as a concept were much cooler than Z moves. But I'll say what they did right in Gen 7 is that they incorporated both Megas and Z moves, so it made competitive even more kind of insane, I would say. Because if you did like a draft league, you could draft a Z Crystal on top of a Mega Evolution for your team, and you don't even have to run the Mon that's a Mega as a Mega if you don't want to. Like, there were so many extra, like, layers to it that made it fun. And I thought that looking at, you know, Ultra Sun and Moon versus Sun and Moon, Ultra Sun and Moon did so many things better that if Sun and Moon was just Ultra Sun and Moon, I don't think anybody would complain. But the fact that they're two separate games and one feels kind of dry and the other one kind of doesn't feel like it. This one feels more eventful. Oh shit! You're a dragon type. I should be fine, right? Nope, I didn't mean Fusion Bolt. I wanted the Land's Wrath. Okay, yeah, we're good. But yeah, I thought with Rainbow Rocket was cool. The area going out to the Battle Tree was cool. I thought the Ultra Beast, adding the new Ultra Beast, was neat. What else? What else? What else? There's plenty of other things I could think of. But the fact that this is the last game that had the capacity of holding all the Mons in the Pokédex in kind of makes me sad. Because the whole phrase, a whole motto behind Pokemon is gotta catch 'em all. And seeing as this was the last game where you could legitimately catch them all, I mean, they're not all available, but you could have them all in your game. It makes me sad because the thing is, if we sit down and look at it, we've been in the same 3D engine. Well, we've been generally in the same 3D engine of Pokemon for what's going to be 10 years this next year. So, surely, at least to me, surely it can't be that difficult to have all the 3D models in one game. Yeah, it'll probably take up storage, and if you need to like do little quirks on like lines and stuff, yeah, that's time consuming and probably tedious. But I would say the biggest issue when it came to the 3D models was when they had to transfer over from Gen 5 to Gen 6. Because you take the 70 or 80 new Mons that they added in Generation 6 on top of Megas, they had to take the entire other 650 Mons from the Pokédex and give them 3D models. So I don't want to look at the excuse of like the 3D models are just all and like difficult and whatnot, because you look at it as, or I look at it as, you had the difficulty when X and Y came out because you had to do so many models. Whereas each generation after, where you have a new generation of mons, you have to do 100 more. And sure, that probably does take a lot of time. I hope this doesn't... Oh boy. It was really only a matter of time. I was really hoping the focus band had popped, but it just didn't. It just didn't. Sad face. But I just think if it takes more time to release the games, to, you know, make them look better, because this is leading into like Sword and Shield and all the other games after Sword and Shield. Like, I'm saying that like there's so many other games after Sword and Shield, but with Sword and Shield, I think it was kind of doomed from the start when it was flat out said, we're not bringing all the mons back. I think that kind of just doomed it from the start. And that sucks. That really does suck that that's a factor. But like I said, the motto is gotta catch them all. And sure, maybe I'm looking at something that is not really that big of an issue now. I think it's still disappointing to me because I just want to see all the mods in the game, and the more that they don't do it, the more it's kind of like not gonna happen ever again. I think that's the thing that kind of also makes it bothering. Should I teach you this? It's 100. Yeah, actually no, that's gonna be a powerful move because you have the electric surge. I wish we had like Sturdy or something on Kong. Maybe actually Solid Rock where I would have been better for him. But yeah, I think Sword and Shield was doomed with that, and then I think Sword and Shield was initially disappointing because it felt really bland. Because without the DLCs, there's no post game. Like, there's genuinely like nothing to do. And I'm not saying like it has to be a whole new adventure after the game is over, but give someone, or give the player something. Like that would be nice. Shoot. I could take the Turtwig. I don't like him being bold-natured, though. Kind of want to take the Mega Alakazam, too. I will make this decision off-screen, because there is an encounter I want to get up north first. But I think Sword and Shield was good. It was just lackluster in the sense that there wasn't really a whole lot to do. But when the DLCs dropped, Going through and playing those games again does feel better. And that's not to say I think Sword and Shield was a complete bust. I think I gave that game a lot of flack, especially with how BDSP was. Ooh. Oh, it's a Stoneater though. This is a difficult thing. I love Florges though. That's the problem. What typing is it? Ice? Maybe ice, anyways? But... oh, I just missed. As Boomburst. Oh. And if we don't like its ability, we can change it, can't we? Because isn't like Symbiosis, is Symbiosis his hidden ability? I don't know. It might be normal type. So it's used 2 normal moves now. I'm gonna waterfall it. But I thought Sword and Shield got better as time went on. And then there was BDSP, which, while BDSP gave me my first 1,000 viewed video, it wasn't the greatest game. And it's sad because when I look at it now, there was so much potential with it. And I also want to look at the positives in the sense that it's had Elite 4 and Gym Leader rematches, which might not mean a whole lot to some people, but that's a good thing for after game stuff, like, and it's a good thing for content. But I think like not having the Battle Frontier, I know the Battle Frontier was in Platinum or Heart Gold Soul Silver before that gets me crucified. But it was still, I think it still would have been better than just the plain old Battle Tower. And I also think the fact that you could get Manaphy, Shaman, Darkrai, Arceus, all of those right when the game came out, that was great. But now, afterwards, you can't get Manaphy anymore. You can't get Shaman anymore either. Now, I get that that's mystery gift stuff, so they make that stuff limited time for those ones in particular, but it's still a little bit discouraging if you get Shima Drift. Let me take my watch off, it's making my wrist itchy. Making my wrist a little bit itchy. But we caught the Florges. I'm guessing it's a normal type. If that's the case, it's not overly great. Oh, wait. Steel and fighting. Interesting. Okay. Maybe we do add this, because Steel is a really good defensive typing. It's not a physical defense mon, but it is especially bulky. With Flame Body. Wow. That's probably gonna be super good for us, actually. I actually have no issues with adding this to the team. I have no issues with adding this to the team, keeping these other 2 mons on the team until they evolve, but yeah, no. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. I know we didn't do a whole lot. I mean, we had a pretty long talk about Pokemon stuff, but we didn't do a whole lot of content stuff. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to get more encounters in the next episode. I don't think we're going to do the trial. I think the trial will be in the video after. Hopefully. I think so. We'll see. Either way, if you enjoyed, hit that like button, subscribe as well, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!